You guys, we need to talk about Stephanie Soo, who has been heavily covering the Diddy trial. She has been going in the courtroom with her team, taking notes as press, and people are scared for her. They feel like Diddy knows who she is, and they want her to get security. This is a really crazy situation that she's recently opened up about, and we're gonna get into what she had to say and what the heck is going on. So if you've been following Stephanie Soo, aka the storytelling mukbang queen and host of Rotten Mango, you may have noticed that she and her team have been deep diving into one of the biggest and most sensitive stories out there right now, the Diddy case. Yes, she's been covering it on Rotten Mango, which is her podcast, and let me tell you, she is not holding back. Stephanie and her team have been showing up in person, attending the trial from the press pews to follow what's happening in real time. They are talking and comparing notes at the end of the day to give the audience the most accurate recap of what's going on in the courtroom, as they are not allowed to record anything. It's all pen and paper, baby. But here's where it gets concerning. Fans are starting to get worried about her safety, like genuinely. In her recent video, Stephanie shared that it seemed Diddy looked in her direction and seemed to mouth the words, "I know you," twice.
8:50 a.m. Jurors are not in the courtroom. Sean Combs sits down at his chair and he turns in his chair to the right. This is our eye direction, like we can see him now. He starts staring in what felt like in our general direction, or perhaps right behind us, and it's a pretty lengthy stare. And then he starts nodding while mouthing the words dramatically, "I know you." He mouths it twice with what we perceive to be a smirk. Then as he's turning back around to face the front, he's like ever so slightly shaking his head while he's still smirking. But again, I'm not trying to be dramatic. I don't know if he was looking at me. He could have been looking behind me, right? But then right at that moment, the jury comes in, we all stand up, and as there's noise in the courtroom, because we're not allowed to talk when the judge is on the bench, a reporter from a major media network, I mean, she's been doing this for years and years. She's like a professional. She turns to me and she whispers, quote, "You're putting that in your video, right?" Because that was at least 7 seconds. So my researcher and I, we both felt it was weird. We both wrote it down independently in our notes in the courtroom. We talked about it after, and we're like, you know what? We can't be sure. We don't want to be dramatic.
And then it happened again, you guys. He looked in her direction again and mouthed, "I know you."
And it happens again on Friday, a week later. So on Friday, there's this moment where there's a sidebar. Sean Combs' attorneys are near the front of the courtroom with the judge, and regardless, the jurors are still sitting on the side. Sean Combs turns around and then he talks to his mom, and then he's smiling, nodding at her. He's like mouthing, "I love you." And then my neck is tilted still because I'm observing him and I'm taking notes about him talking to his mom during this sidebar. And as he's making his turn back to the front, it felt like we make awkward eye contact. And I say awkward to the point where I'm like, you know when it's so awkward, you almost like instinctively smile or look down because you're like, oh, I just got caught staring at someone. That was the feeling. It was like, oh, I literally just got caught staring him down. And he starts rubbing his chin with his left hand and mouths what appears to seem like, "I know you, I know you." And this time it seemed more pronounced because as he's rubbing his chin with his left hand, he does like a slight index point. It's not like a point. He's not pointing his finger, but it's kind of like a hand gesture, like, "I know you," like kind of like you.
People were getting freaked out for Stephanie. I mean, especially because it wasn't even just her that had seemed to see this or pick up on this. It was her team as well writing it in their notes, and also another journalist that was sitting right by them telling her, "You're gonna talk about that in your video, girl," right? Like, people know that this was seemingly something that occurred. And people have been responding to the videos that Stephanie has been posting discussing this, writing, "Baby, get security. He's trying to intimidate. Since you started reporting on the court case, I've been terrified for your safety, Stephanie. Please get security. I cannot lose you, girl. Girl, please get security. I don't want to lose my favorite mukbanger and storyteller." Worry only continued as she shared that people had been coming up to her recently saying that they love her videos and then proceed to ask her what hotel she's staying at.
It has been a rough few weeks. This is our 4th time moving locations. One of them was completely unrelated to the case, and the rest of the times that we've moved to different places to stay, it's just been getting weird. And we're taking all the necessary precautions to keep the entire team safe. So the past 2 weeks, weeks, we have had almost 8 or 9 times completely new faces that will come up to us, tell us that they love our show, Rotten Mango, and then they keep asking us where we're staying. This has been happening like every other day. There are other odd questions that are asked by people that don't necessarily look like they even care about the show in the slightest. So one person in particular asked a series of questions trying to gauge how much, quote, power I have over my audience. Like they kept asking like, can you make them do anything? And I was like, do you think I like run a cult? I think half of them don't even like me that much. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean I can't make them do anything, period? But they kept asking like, well, you don't think if you say something, they would listen to you? And I'm like, I don't think so. I think they would do their own research. And it did not seem like this person cared at all about this show. There was one instance where we're walking out of the courthouse. We run into someone who's like, hey, I love your show. That's it. And then they like come in for a hug. It was kind of abrupt. I was a little bit taken off guard. I love your show. Pulling me in for a hug. And my researcher snatches my arm, pulls me back and is like, we gotta go. Our car is here. And I thought it was kind of strange. So we get into the car and she's telling me their hand was like elbow deep into your tote bag. It's clear that they're looking for something.
People were really freaked out for her and commented, check cars, check bags, keep bags smaller and closed, no extra outside pockets, never leave phone unattended, check car for tracker, I'd wear a hat at each new hotel check-in, you need security for yourself and your team, stop being nice and polite, be stern and protect yourself and team. I am not answering questions about where we are staying, straight like that. Be careful they didn't drop anything into your bag, glad you are aware, get new everything, bugs and trackers are small, most likely something in your bag rather than trying to take something that would be too visible. They could have placed an air tag or any form of tracking device to see where you were staying. Get security and stay safe. Closed bags from here on out, backpacks if you can. Seriously, they could drop a tracker in your purse. And like she said, people have been asking them the most invasive questions non-stop. And these are not fans. You know, she's thinking that these people have not even watched her videos really, but they are just asking her these crazy questions.
So the past 2 weeks, we have had almost 8 or 9 times completely new faces that will come up to us, tell us that they love our show, Rotten Mango, and then they keep asking us where we're staying, which hotel we're staying at, which part of the city we're staying at. And of course, we give them very non-committal answers because that's a very invasive question to ask. So like, just to give you an idea, like clearly, if someone is a member of the press, or if it's a fellow content creator, or somebody that I see every single day and we have some sort of foundation, and they ask me, where are you staying? It feels like, oh, because we're all trying to get a gauge of all the hotels nearby, which one's a good one, which one has good amenities for after court. But these are random people that are like, hey, by the way, I love your show. Nice to meet you. My name is blank. Where are you staying? It's like instant, just nonstop questions about which hotel we're staying at. And then if we evade the question, it becomes what part of the city, which area, how long does it take you to get here? Do you Uber or do you walk? Who's all staying with you? Is it just you guys? Is it just you and your researcher here? Do you go home during the weekends if you're not from the city? Do you fly back home? Do you take the train? Like it's just nonstop.
Like, what are some of these questions going to provide for this person?
People are also worried because she had previously described Diddy in court saying that he looked like a koala.
It's like, you know, koalas when they get fuzzy, like if it's really humid and they have like very fuzzy grayish white hair, he kind of is reminiscent to that.
And then later on, she says Diddy recently requested that the artist drawing the courtroom scenes to make him look less like a koala, making people think that he definitely knows who she is.
Remember how I said that Diddy looks like a koala? I don't think that this man liked it. I didn't know, but it doesn't seem like he likes it. I thought this was completely unrelated, but every time some of his kids would come in or like his best friend would come in, they're always snooping. They're always like peeking over the shoulders of the sketch artist, trying to get a vibe of the sketches. And so I was just thinking, this man really cares about his sketches. Well, I'm going through the news this weekend. On Thursday, he tells one of the sketch artists, this is like when the jurors are not in the room, he makes an unusual request. Soften me up a bit. This is a quote. Soften me up a bit. You're making me look like a koala bear. What does that even mean?
People reacted and said, that would freak me out. The fact that he told the sketch artist that they make him look like a koala, girl, I quote, I know you, girl, run away. First the I know you and now quoting koala, no, that's scary. Please hire some personal security and keep telling us anything remotely suspicious that happens so it's all on camera and on the internet. Stay safe. Girl, this is actually so scary. They're watching you. So at this point, everyone is pretty freaked out for Stephanie, just wanting her to stay safe right now in this whole situation. I feel like Diddy and his team are aware of her and letting him know what's being said about him online and the public opinion, and everyone just wants Stephanie to stay safe. Luckily, she isn't going alone and has a team with her, but certainly they need to be on high alert. But that is what has been said right now. I want to know what you guys think about this. Have you been following along with Stephanie's reporting on Rotten Mango about the Diddy case? Let me know your thoughts. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.